Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, June 5th. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger. Thanks for joining us tonight. Convicted gun offenders will now be required to register with police in Prince George's. The county council voted unanimously in favor of the bill, which allows the police department to track individuals with gun records for a period of 3 years. But not everyone is pleased with the legislation. Some members in the audience expressed concern strictly for first-time offenders, but that did not sway the council's vote.
That's who I work for, the people. They want crime to stop. This is a tool for crime to stop. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you black, white, Chinese. I will do everything I can to protect the community that put me here. Our victims don't get a second chance at life. So it's an effort to allow them to live, allow these people who would be victims of gun violence to not be victims of gun violence. And that's what this bill is going to do to help deter that.
The bill will not be retroactive, and many council members tell us they hope the list will be made public.
African Americans in Maryland make up 29% of the state's residents, but they reportedly comprise 70% of the prison population. That, according to a group looking into the disparities in the criminal justice system. The discussion was held in Annapolis and centered around the causes as well as the solutions. The panel presented its information to the Maryland Advisory Committee, which will compile a report and present recommendations to the U.S. Commission on Civil Rights.
Our purpose here today is to gather information so that we can begin to formulate some assessment or recommendation with respect to this issue. I think it's too soon to say my own personal opinions about what can be done. The purpose of gathering the information that we have today is to enable the committee to have a thoughtful discussion, and I'm so pleased that we have the quality of panelists that we have.
And the committee plans to give its recommendations to the commission later this year. Well, it took a jury just a few hours to find a Clinton man guilty of first-degree murder. 46-year-old John Haston and his co-conspirator Craig Brooks posed as Pepco employees and entered the Bowie home of David Williams last July. The two defendants robbed the victim of cash and electronics and then killed him. Brooks, who already pleaded guilty to his role in the murder, has received a sentence of 50 years. Haston faces life plus 60 years in jail. He will be sentenced on July 20th. Well, the governor makes a ceremonial first call on a new statewide communications system.
This is Governor Martin O'Malley initiating the first call on Maryland's new statewide 700 megahertz radio systems. JFK Barrack, can you read?
This is Lieutenant Fairburn of Maryland State Police Dispatch, JFK Barracks. I copy you loud and clear, Governor.
Maryland First will connect first responders across the state on one secure radio system.
You know, I remember seeing this piece as we escorted it on the truck into Maryland. And, you know, I was standing here at the ceremony when we unveiled this piece, and we were with Maryland families who had lost loved ones during 9/11. And, you know, thousands of citizens died that day, and many of those were police officers, firefighters, and paramedics. And the commission that studied the events of 9/11 identified interoperable communications as the #1 issue that needed to be corrected. Maryland had struggled with the statewide radio communication issues for many, many years, decades. Governor O'Malley made interoperability for Maryland's first responders his Homeland Security goal #1.
And the first phase of the system will cover central Maryland and Kent County and will be fully operational by the end of 2012. The second phase will extend Maryland First to the Eastern Shore by 2013. The entire system is expected to be complete by 2016. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger.